my fellow wizards, with ratemystitch going live recently, I figured it's time to highlight another rare and underappreciated gear piece that I think is a great addition to anyone's stitching arsenal. As you all know, Wiz has a lot of wand types. We've got swords, staffs, daggers, flutes, even whips. But the one thing I don't see nearly enough of is the classic Wizard's magic tome, so today I want to talk about a very special wand to fill this gap because, let's be honest, after seeing what you all submitted, it's obvious the community is in desperate need of some fashion help.
Oh my god!
The wand, or should I say wands, are the level 60 school book wands, all with differing names for each school, seen here, and they're pretty dope. Though there's one for each school, all have the same design, so you're able to farm for them on any wizard and then stitch it on another if you so choose. I really love the animation for these since it doesn't just sit all boring in your hand, it actually floats above your palm while you're holding it, which definitely adds to the Magic Wizard's Tome vibe. The gold snake design is a nice added touch on both the top and bottom, and I think it has a pretty decent attack animation as well. My one qualm with this wand is that, like other wands, you cannot dye the color and it doesn't change color depending on your school, but overall it's not too big a deal because the design alone is good enough to excuse that in my book. Get it? Get it? Anyway, the stats on these aren't anything too special, so they really are best for stitching, but I still don't see too many people using them, which is a major bummer since they're such a unique weapon type. So how do you get yourself your very own Magic Wizard book? You'll need to seek out the boss inzhizor in the lower Zigazag dungeon. This area can be reached from the upper Zigazag area off from Krokotopia, starting at level 60, when you'll receive a quest from Alhazred called Prospector Express. Follow the quest line and you'll eventually interact with this statue in the Balance School to be teleported to upper Zigazag. From here, you'll quickly get the quest A Lower Evil from Alima, which will direct you to the lower Zigazag dungeon. Once you're inside the dungeon, you will need to defeat one mob first, but they're pretty easy to deal with. Once they're dead, you can ignore the quest arrow directing you to the toll house and instead head down this side passage and across the bridge to a skeleton key door. You will need a stone skeleton key to reach inzhizor, but thankfully there's a bunch of different bosses that drop them, so you may already have one in your possession. If not, I do have a video covering how to get various skeleton keys, and I'll also link a nice updated guide from Final Bastion because a few things have changed related to skeleton key bosses in recent updates. If you're farming this right around level 60, your best bet for a stone skeleton key is probably just to finish this lower Zigazag dungeon, because the two other bosses can both drop keys, so if you're doing the full dungeon anyway, you might just get one to drop for you. Anyway, once you have your key, you can head right inside and find inzhizor and his minions. There are 3 Death School condemned soldiers, and inzhizor himself is Ice School. Thankfully, they're nothing too difficult, there are no cheats, and the most annoying thing about this fight is that the boss can tower shield and has 3 spells that can stun you. Most wizards can fairly easily solo this boss at level 60 if they have waterworks gear, and higher levels should have no problem at all. After you defeat him, you'll have a chance for him to drop your book wand, but he also drops some decent athames which give pip chance and damage, and he can even drop you a replacement stone skeleton key which allows you to keep farming without delay. Thankfully, this is a fairly easy boss to farm repeatedly because you only need to beat the one mob to access him. Once you get the book wand, you can feel free to stitch it to any stat wand of your choice, and bam, you're a fashion icon. Otherwise, it can be kinda hard to stand out compared to some of these truly, unique stitches. However, if you're not digging the look of this particular book wand, there are a few more I'd like to shout out as alternatives. First is Tarrak's legendary or focused frosttome, which are the crafted ice wands you can buy from Ignus ferric in the Arcanum. The easier version is the level 115 Tarrak's legendary frosttome, which can be crafted at the Forge of Legends, also in the Arcanum, once you have the Champion Crafter badge. This wand is meant for ice wizards only, but you can obviously stitch it to a wand of any school once you've crafted it. This wand has some really nice icy particle effects which would be perfect for any winter-themed stitch, and also hovers above your wizard's hand just like the inzhizor book wands. Obviously, the main bummer with this wand is that you have to progress your crafting badge, be a high enough level, and some of the reagents can be harder to find than others. The other book wand I'd like to highlight is the Mystic Grimoire from the Spiral Cup Gauntlet bundle, which is currently retired but sometimes returns for seasonal sales. Obviously, this one is much harder to get usually since there isn't a set date for when KI might sell it again, but it does come back fairly regularly if you keep an eye out. I realized too late that they actually were selling it in early April before I started working on this video, so we just missed one. The gauntlet itself can drop some really nice energy gear too as an added bonus. This wand has a super clean look with a cool design on the cover and a nice color combo of red, purple, and gold, which might appeal more to some people than the green and gold on the inzhizor book wands. I was originally hoping we might be able to fish for this wand like some of the other bundle wands, but as far as I'm aware, the only way to acquire it is by actually buying the Spiral Cup Gauntlet bundle itself, so if you're interested in this wand for stitching and the developers bring the bundle back, you'll definitely want to buy it while it's available.
Shut up and take my money!
I hope this video gives you all some ideas for some creative new stitches and that these book wands get a little more love because I really do think they get overlooked and are underappreciated. Definitely let me know if you end up submitting to Stitch to rate my stitch with one of these wands equipped. I genuinely do love seeing everyone's creativity. Anyway, I hope this video helped you level up your fashion choices. Definitely let me know in the comments what some of your favorite rare or underutilized gear pieces are for stats or stitching. If you found this video helpful, please consider liking and subscribing, and as always, I hope to see you out there in the spiral, and happy questing!